Hey, welcome back to God and Country Garage, and today it's going to be a little episode of Jamie's unnecessarily useful information regarding maybe garage storage. I've got this old toolbox that may or may not have been backed into by a sweeper truck, which made the drawers pretty much impossible to pull out, and they were bent up, and it bent one of the casters over, but we all know how much toolboxes cost, so I didn't want to throw it away. So for like almost a year, probably over a year, I've been saving it just in case I could repurpose it somehow, and I think I figured it out. So I'm going to share maybe a useful little trick today with you that maybe you could do also. All right, now I'm not going to say who backed into this toolbox, but my wife don't watch my channel anyway, so she'll never know that I maybe told you it was her. Anyway, let me show you what I got going on. Now, out of everything on this toolbox, the only thing we're going to be saving are the drawers. You can see I got some stashed under there, and these rails. And they're kind of a pain in the butt to get off. Well, I mean, not a pain in the butt, but they're time consuming because they're all, you can see I drilled through a lot of these. They're all spot welded to the side of the box. So we got to get all of them off because we need them slides for the drawers to pull out. All right, easiest way to do this. Alright, I'll show you all the spot welds. Alright, they're pretty tough to see, but you can see like there's one if you go straight across. There's another spot weld. There's another one. And there's the last one for this rail. And then there's some on the inside also in here. Ooh, that one's going to be tough to get out. That one got beat to snot. Alright. Anyway, there's some right there on the insides that got to be drilled out also. Alright, like I said, these are pretty tough to see, so what I do is I'll just take a bright light, go around, mark every one of them with a Sharpie, and I'll do it for all the rails. That way I can drill them all at one time while it's on its side. So let me get these all marked and we'll start drilling. Now I'm just using a 5/16 bit here. And I know I should probably center punch every one of these, but it's a piece of sheet metal, so it's pretty tough to punch. So I want to drill through from the back side because that way I don't drill all the way through the rail. I just drill the spot weld. There's that one, and my battery's dying already. All right, we got a fresh battery. All right, let's see if we can show you. You can almost see it'll, once you get through the spot weld, it'll pop free. So, like I say, you don't want to put a lot of pressure. You don't want to bend the crap out of the rails or drill all the way. I don't want to drill all the way through them. I want a small hole. That way when I put a screw through the other side, it ain't a big gaping hole. Okay, I got a lot of these rails off, and you can see some of them are bowed. You want them as straight as possible. And this one, obviously, from where it was backed into, is damaged and bent on the end. So we got to try to straighten that out a little bit, which, you know, I don't know if this is the right way or the wrong way, but is there really a way to do it? I mean, what we're doing is, you know, it's unorthodox, so we'll just finagle it here. Why do I keep putting stuff in my way? Never mind all this mess on this bench, all right? I know, I gotta do some serious cleaning here because it's ugly, but that's what part of this toolbox thing is for. And like that bow that's in there, they move pretty easy, so if you just kind of bow them around a little bit, you just want them as straight as possible. The straighter they are, the easier that drawer is going to slide. So I mean, you don't want to go creasing the crap and bending these channels in because that's going to make the drawers bind up even more than they might anyway because they're not ball bearing slides. So they're just an old Craftsman friction slide. Anyway, okay, that's good enough for that. Okay, now that we got all our rails off, and we have to put some holes. And I'm literally just going right through the backs of where I drilled out the spot welds. So we have to drill holes in all of those, and the only reason we got to drill the holes is we're going to put some wood screws in there to mount them to the stringers I got under the bench. That way our drawers can slide, obviously. All right, I got one drawer installed, and it seems to work pretty good. I mean, obviously, like I say, there's a little bit of binding, but I mean, it's on there pretty good. You can see a little damage on this corner. I don't know if you can see that, but that's that bottom drawer that had the damage on the toolbox. So now that I figure out all the math and all that other crap, measuring twice, unscrew, rescrew 3 or 4 times, I got one in, and the rest should go on pretty easy. All I'm gonna do, Bean's already figured it out once, is hopefully I don't block it here. Where's my screw gun? Oh man, I lost everything. Here it is. Okay, take some of these screws. You want to make sure that when you put these rails on, let's see here, let me show you. Okay, there's a little lock on these rails right there. You want to make sure those face the back, and all those do is, so when you pull the drawer out, it can't fall off. Yeah, that's gonna suck when I get a bunch of weight in it, huh? All right, anyway, now that I've got one on there, I'm quite literally just gonna line it up and live with regret, probably, for the rest of them. I'm just gonna put it in roughly the same spot as the other one. Maybe I should mark this. I don't know. Are my eyes any good? Nope. Gonna go with it anyway. I'm gonna set it right there. Yep. Oh man, this sucks. All right. This is where another hand would come in. There. You're gonna want to try to countersink them just a little bit. I mean, you don't want to go to the point where it sucks the screw right through the rail, but you don't want the head sticking way out because it'll catch on the slide. And I can't see nothing. There we go. Couple more screws. I mean, I gotta presume 4 screws in here will be more than enough. Jeez, I need coffee. I'm shakier than Michael J. Fox. There. Okay, now that that's on, you can grab another drawer. Try to slide it in here. Now, can we break it right off? Yep, probably. Okay, leave that hang for a second. This is what I made to put under there. And basically, it's just gonna go, I'm gonna have to screw another rail up there. Actually, I should have put that in there to begin with and marked it again. But, I got the drawer too far. There, like that. Once it's up there, I'm gonna have to mount this rail to here. You can't see. All right. Slide another rail on here. I can. Oh, I need a pencil. Here we go. Okay. This is what I came up with for the other thing. I basically took a 2x8 and then I just put an old scrap 2x4 on top. That way when I screw through the bench to hold it in place, I got a little wider patch. I ain't gotta try to exactly hit that. I mean, I'm still gonna aim to go through this and into the 2x8, but, and then I notched it out for the front of the bench. So, hold that up into place, hold that up, go beg my wife for help if I can. No, I ain't gonna do that. All right, about like that, and then I'm just gonna mark where this rail has to go on here and how far back. And if you drop it down a little, it ain't gonna matter. The drawer will just be that much down, but I'd like to keep it up so that way the top of the drawer hits this and you can't push it way under there. And I mean, it closes it up. Dirt and crap can't fall in there as much. Really? There's a bug skeleton in there. Ugh. All right. I tell you what, that first one, that one was harder to put in all by myself because there wasn't another one. It was harder than living through 4 years of the Biden administration, but all right, we'll get this out. You don't want to leave this drawer hanging too long, obviously, because you're gonna bend the crap out of that rail. There we go. Now, I can take this rail and mount it where I got it marked on there, like that. Screw it in there, hold it all together, make sure it's straight. I might drop it down, I don't know, 1/16 of an inch or so, just to make sure it's not gonna, if you have it too high, I mean, it's gonna bind on here and you ain't gonna get it open close. So I'm gonna favor the bottom edge of my mark. I'm gonna just screw this on there, hold it all into place, try to shoot a couple screws. Sounds like a plan. Now, does it have to be perfectly straight? I mean, the straighter, the better, because that one's kind of straight, so you're going to want this one to match. That way, if the rails ain't parallel with each other, there's another binding issue. And I'm not saying that might not happen anyway. There is a little bit of forgiveness in these rails because they're a little sloppy, probably from, this toolbox is probably as old as I am. It was my dad's. So they're a little wore out. And there's a little give in there anyway. You got a little forgiveness there. There. Now I need bigger screws. Okay, let's see. We'll slide this all together. Slide this. Oh no. Here's a dilemma already. I forgot about this. Slide this all together. Isn't that gonna be fun? Oh, come on. Go. And go. And go. Get it in there. Get it in there. Go back. And up. There we go. There's that. There's that. Okay. It should be. Whoa. Whoa. Easy. Okay. Try to get that out. So she's got a little room. Sure. Like that? Uh-huh. Just like that? Nope. Yep. No. Yep. That'll work. Alright. And then, can we just get one in here to hold it? There, that sucker is sunk. Alright, does this work? That ain't bad. Oop, I never, I gotta get some more screws in here, which means I gotta move all these parts. Dang, I didn't think about that. All I'm gonna do, I'm just using this square. I'm gonna put it squarely on here. And that rail should be holding it straight, I guess. Just kind of using it for a marker where to put these. There we go. That's gotta be good. Pulled it in, so should be good. We'll throw maybe another one or two in there at least. Probably should have just left the square up there. Oh, come come on, don't do that. There we go. I have to go over that with a little bit of sandpaper or something to... The last thing I want is a big old piece of wood hanging up. Catch my fingertips on. You don't want to damage the phalanges, you know what I'm saying? Alright. That one's overdone. Alright. Okay. Wow, see? Okay. Next trick, we're gonna... Oh, Lord. Okay. Got ahead of myself there. Okay, if you pull this drawer back out, what I was talking about with them little locks, you just bend them out. There. Let me get you in a little tighter here. Okay. You can see that one I bent out. That one is not. So you just kind of come in here. I can't, there's no coordination like this. Oh, I can't get in there. Hold on. Let me re-grab the screwdriver here. There we go. All right, let's see. Get your screwdriver in there, and then just bend her out a little bit. That's more than enough. Then, let me put you back up here. Okay. Now, slide these rails in. You could probably hear them click past. There's another little notch on these rails where they'll go past the... See? Like that. Now, when you pull it out, it'll catch, and you can't drop your drawer on the floor. There, 2 down. 3 more to go. You know, I never really thought about this. I think I'm only gonna get 1 more here, and it's gonna look really stupid. But I'll have to do 2 more down there. Sure. Okay. All right, last drawer is in. I found just putting a little bit of PV Blaster in these rails makes life a lot easier. They slide so much better. There's a lot of dirt and crap in these rails, and I probably should be pulling them apart and cleaning them all. But I ain't got that kind of time, so I can barely even line them up anymore. Jeez. All right, there we go. Get them started, pull them out. There. Now, give a little smooge up here. Smooge up here. Don't go crazy with it. Oopsies. That one, I guess I went crazy. Just a little bit on this rail. And a little bit here. There we go. All right, we'll put that down there. Now, there. Yeah. These are nice. Ooh, I gotta clean that one. I should have probably done that before I put it in. Well, there you go. Now, I got 5 more drawers, and they're built into the cabinet. Never mind all this junk. I got a lot of junk to clean up. A lot of this crap came out of these drawers, so it's either gonna get thrown away or I don't know, you know. Well, there we go. We got 5 more drawers to stick crap in. I guess I probably shouldn't have let that engine part sit up here so long. I don't know, maybe I could just paint this bench. She's pretty beat up and discolored, but I mean, it's nice, you know. I got storage. I can put body clips and stuff like that all in here, or even like for the last 3 or 4 years, every time we put up Christmas stuff, I put all the stakes and the outlet things and stuff up on top of this bench, and it's just cluttered up. Well, now it's out of the way. It won't get dirty. I can probably find it pretty easy. That, and it was like a virtual treasure hunt going through these boxes of stuff that I didn't see, or these drawers in this toolbox. It was my dad's toolbox a long time ago, and There was crap in there I didn't even know was in there. It's almost like a treasure hunt. Let me show you. Look at some of these old Super Bowl pins he had. These things are pretty cool. Some of them are obviously bad shape, but we got to get them back to him. And obviously I know these are my dad's because there's some period rated ones. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that one's my favorite. I'll probably have to keep that one maybe. Nobody parties like a good old boy. Either way, we'll get these pins back to him. Well, that's about it for this video. If you're like me, garage space is a premium. Anything you can organize or get out of the way, but still keep it. Obviously, if you look around the shop, I'm a bit of a hoarder. I hate throwing stuff away because as soon as you get rid of something, you need it for something else, you know? I mean, I do have to just start chucking stuff that I know I'm never going to use or even give it away for free. I don't know. Either way, I gotta clear up a whole bunch of room. So I got probably hours yet of going through crap on the bottom of that bench and just going through a bunch of these drawers. But either way, I wanted to show you how you could take something old like a toolbox that was no longer useful because the drawers didn't work and it wouldn't roll, and repurpose it to give yourself a little bit of storage. I hope you learned a little bit of something, or maybe you found some of the information useful. You got something like this laying around that you can do yourself. So thanks for watching. God bless every one of you.